What if I told you the fastest land animal in the world is also one of the most emotional and careful mothers in the wild? The cheetah mother lives a life full of danger, pressure, and constant survival challenges. But when it comes to her cubs, she becomes extremely protective and patient. After giving birth, she usually raises her cubs alone, without help from any pride or group. This makes her role even more difficult because she must hunt, protect, and teach all at the same time. In the first few weeks of life, cheetah cubs are blind and completely helpless. The mother hides them carefully in tall grass or dense bushes, far away from predators like lions, hyenas, and eagles. She moves them frequently to avoid being detected by enemies. Even the slightest smell or sound could put their lives in danger. During this early stage, the mother spends most of her time hunting silently. She must balance speed with caution, because if she gets injured, her cubs will not survive. Every successful hunt means survival for her babies. As the cubs grow stronger, she begins an important teaching process. Instead of just feeding them, she brings small live prey so they can learn how to chase and understand movement. This is where the real training begins. The cubs watch her carefully, learning how to control speed, focus on targets, and survive in the wild. Unlike many predators, cheetah mothers are gentle teachers. She allows her cubs to make mistakes because she knows survival is not learned in a single day. By the time they are older, the cubs start practicing short chases. The mother runs beside them, guiding them like a living coach in the wild. Her speed makes her powerful, but her patience and sacrifice are what truly keep the next generation alive. What if I told you one of the largest animals on Earth is also one of the most emotional and family-oriented creatures in the wild? The elephant mother carries her baby for almost 2 years before giving birth. This is one of the longest pregnancies in the animal kingdom. When the calf is finally born, it is already huge in size, but still completely dependent on its mother for survival. From the very first moment, the mother elephant shows deep care. She gently helps her newborn stand on its weak legs. The entire herd gathers around, forming a protective circle. In elephant society, no baby is ever raised alone. The calf stays extremely close to its mother, drinking milk and learning every basic survival skill. The trunk, which seems powerful in adults, is completely new and confusing for the baby. The mother patiently guides it, showing how to drink water, pick food, and communicate. Elephants are known for their intelligence and strong emotional memory. The mother teaches the calf not only physical skills, but also social behavior. The baby learns how to interact with the herd, recognize danger, and understand emotional signals. The herd plays a huge role in raising the baby. Ants and other female elephants often help protect and guide the calf. This teamwork makes elephants one of the most socially intelligent animals on Earth. As the calf grows, it becomes more independent, but never too far from its mother. Even in danger, the mother uses her body as a shield, ready to defend her baby against predators like lions or hyenas. The bond between mother and calf is not temporary. It lasts for years, sometimes even a lifetime. In the wild, where survival is harsh, the elephant mother proves that strength is not just about size or power, but about love, memory, and protection. What if I told you one of the most dangerous animals in Africa is also one of the most protective mothers in the wild? The hippopotamus may look slow and calm in water, but when it comes to its baby, the mother becomes extremely aggressive and alert. A hippo mother gives birth underwater in shallow rivers or lakes, where the newborn calf is immediately introduced to a completely aquatic world. Right after birth, the mother quickly guides her baby to the surface so it can take its first breath. This moment is critical, and the mother never leaves its side. The calf is small and vulnerable, so it stays very close, often swimming just under or beside its mother. Hippos may look heavy and slow on land, but in water they are surprisingly fast and strong. The mother uses her size to block danger, keeping predators like crocodiles and lions away from her baby. In the early days, the calf sometimes rides on its mother's back in deep water. This gives it safety and helps it learn how to move in the river environment. The bond between hippo mother and calf is extremely strong. The mother communicates through sounds and body movements, guiding the baby even in murky water where visibility is low. If any threat comes near, the mother can become highly aggressive. Hippos are known for their territorial behavior, and mothers are especially dangerous when protecting their young. As the calf grows, it begins to explore shallow areas but never strays far. It learns how to breathe, float, and move safely in both water and land environments. The mother continues to protect and guide it until it becomes strong enough to survive on its own within the hippo group. In the wild world of rivers, where danger is always hidden beneath the surface, the hippo mother is a symbol of pure protection and fearless love. What if I told you a newborn horse can stand on its feet within hours, yet it still depends deeply on its mother for survival and learning? A horse mother, called a mare, shares one of the strongest bonds in the animal kingdom with her foal. From the moment the foal is born, the mare becomes extremely protective, staying close and alert to every movement around her baby. In the wild, danger can come from predators like wolves, so the mother never lets her foal wander too far. Within just a few hours of birth, the foal surprises everyone by trying to stand and walk. But even though its body is strong enough for movement, its mind is still inexperienced. That's where the mother plays her most important role. The mare teaches the foal how to move with the herd, how to respond to signals, and how to stay safe in open fields. The foal constantly watches and follows her, learning by imitation. Every step is a lesson in survival. The bond between them is built on constant closeness. The foal drinks milk frequently and stays near its mother's side for warmth and protection. If separated, both become anxious, showing how deep their emotional connection is. As the foal grows, the mother slowly introduces it to the rest of the herd. This is where social learning begins. Horses are herd animals, so understanding group behavior is essential for survival. The mare also teaches discipline, how to respond to movement, when to run, and when to stay calm. These lessons are not spoken, but shown through behavior and presence. Even as the foal becomes stronger and more independent, it often stays close to its mother for months or even years. In the wild and even in domesticated environments, the horse mother represents strength, patience, and deep emotional intelligence. She doesn't just raise a foal, she prepares a future survivor. What if I told you one of the most underestimated animals in the world is actually one of the most caring and organized mothers? A mother pig, known as a sow, shows incredible dedication to her piglets from the moment they are born. Before giving birth, she carefully builds a nest using straw, grass, or anything soft she can find. This nest becomes a safe world for her newborns. Piglets are born very small, weak, and unable to regulate their body temperature. The sow immediately lies close to them, keeping them warm and safe. She is extremely cautious during this period because piglets are fragile and easily injured. From the very beginning, each piglet learns to recognize its mother's voice and scent. This helps them stay connected in a group, especially when multiple piglets are born together. The mother feeds her babies frequently, allowing them to grow quickly. Piglets are very active and curious, often exploring their surroundings, but they always return to their mother for safety and milk. One of the most important roles of the sow is protection. Even though pigs may not look aggressive, a mother pig will fiercely defend her young against any threat. As the piglets grow stronger, the mother begins guiding them to explore their environment. She teaches them where to find food and how to behave within the group. Pig families are social, and piglets often stay close to their mother for weeks or months. They learn social behavior, communication, and survival skills directly from her actions. The bond between mother and piglets is based on warmth, protection, and constant care. In the animal world, the pig mother proves that intelligence is not always about appearance. It is about care, structure, and survival strategy. What if I told you a mother duck leads her babies like a perfect moving army across water and land from the moment they are born? A mother duck is extremely attentive and protective. When ducklings hatch, they are immediately drawn to her voice. This connection is instinctive and powerful, ensuring they follow her without hesitation. Within hours of birth, the mother guides her ducklings toward water. This is one of the most important survival lessons they will ever learn. The tiny ducklings follow her in a straight line, forming the iconic duck family trail. The mother duck constantly watches her surroundings. In the wild, predators like birds, foxes, and even larger animals can threaten her babies. To protect them, she uses distraction tactics, pretending to be injured to lure danger away. Ducklings stay extremely close to her, learning how to swim, dive, and find food. The mother demonstrates everything through movement, and the babies copy her actions carefully. Her leadership is constant and structured. She never lets her ducklings wander too far, always keeping them within safe distance. Even when resting, the mother remains alert. Her babies often sleep under her wings, staying warm and protected. As they grow, the ducklings begin practicing independence, but they still follow their mother's lead for survival training. The bond between them is based on guidance and instinct. The mother doesn't just raise them. She leads them through danger, water, and survival lessons. In nature, the mother duck represents direction, protection, and leadership in its purest form. What if I told you one of the most loyal animals on Earth is also one of the most devoted mothers in nature? A mother dog is deeply caring and emotionally connected to her puppies from the moment they are born. She prepares a safe space, often called a den, where she gives birth and raises her litter. Newborn puppies are blind, deaf, and completely dependent on their mother. The mother immediately cleans them, keeps them warm, and feeds them with great care. She constantly stays close, rarely leaving their side during the early weeks. Puppies depend entirely on her warmth and milk for survival. The mother communicates through touch, scent, and gentle sounds. Puppies quickly learn to recognize her presence, feeling safe whenever she is near. As they grow, she begins teaching them basic behavior, how to walk, interact, and respond to surroundings. Play becomes a major part of their learning process. Even discipline is part of her care. If a puppy behaves incorrectly, she gently corrects it, teaching boundaries and survival behavior. Dogs are social animals, and the mother plays a key role in shaping how her puppies interact with others. She protects them fiercely from any threat, showing courage far beyond her size when danger approaches. As puppies grow stronger, they begin exploring the world, but always return to their mother for comfort and guidance. The bond between a dog mother and her puppies is emotional, loyal, and deeply instinctive. In the animal world, she represents unconditional care, protection, and emotional intelligence. What if I told you the most powerful predator in the jungle is also one of the most protective and strategic mothers in the wild? A lioness is responsible for raising the next generation of the pride. Before giving birth, she isolates herself to a hidden den, far from danger. Here, she gives birth to her cubs in complete secrecy. For the first few weeks, she keeps them hidden, moving them frequently to avoid predators. The cubs are born blind and helpless, fully dependent on her protection. The mother carefully feeds and cleans them, rarely leaving them alone. Every moment is focused on survival and safety. Once the cubs are strong enough, she introduces them to the pride. This is a critical stage because they must learn social hierarchy and teamwork. Lion cubs learn by watching their mother and other lionesses hunt. Hunting is not just instinct, it is taught through observation and practice. The mother plays a key role in teaching patience, timing, and strategy. These lessons are essential for survival in the wild. She also protects her cubs from other males or threats within the pride. Her strength ensures their safety even in dangerous situations. As the cubs grow, they begin joining hunts and learning how to cooperate with the pride. The bond between lioness and cubs is both emotional and strategic. It ensures the survival of the entire group. In the wild, the lioness is not just a hunter. She is a teacher, protector, and leader of the next generation. What if I told you one of the most independent-looking animals is actually one of the most careful and protective mothers in the wild? A mother cat or queen becomes extremely focused and cautious when she is about to give birth. She searches for a quiet, hidden, and safe place where she can raise her kittens without disturbance. This place becomes her entire world for the first few weeks. When the kittens are born, they are blind, deaf, and completely helpless. The mother immediately begins her role of protection and care. She licks them gently to clean their bodies, stimulate breathing, and keep them warm. She rarely leaves them alone in the early days. Instead, she stays curled around them, providing constant warmth and safety. Any sound or movement that feels like danger makes her instantly alert. The kittens rely fully on her milk and presence. They recognize her scent and voice, which helps them feel safe even without vision. As the kittens grow, they slowly begin opening their eyes and exploring their surroundings inside the nest. The mother carefully watches every movement, guiding them when needed. She also teaches survival behavior in subtle ways. Through her actions, kittens learn how to move quietly, observe carefully, and react to sudden changes. If she senses danger, she can quickly move her kittens to a new location, carrying them one by one in her mouth with extreme care. Even though cats are often seen as independent animals, the mother cat phase shows a deeply emotional and protective side. As the kittens grow stronger, they start playing and practicing hunting skills under her supervision. The bond between mother cat and kittens is based on protection, learning, and gradual independence. In the animal world, the cat mother represents precision, care, and silent strength. What if I told you one of the most beautiful birds in the world is not just about colorful feathers, but also about strong and careful motherhood? The peacock, or more specifically the peahen, the female of the species, is the true caregiver when it comes to raising the next generation. While the male peacock is known for its bright and shining feathers used to attract a mate, it is the peahen who takes full responsibility after the eggs are laid. A mother peahen carefully builds her nest on the ground, usually hidden in tall grass or bushes. This hidden nest is her first line of defense. She chooses a quiet, safe place because she knows predators like snakes, monkeys, and wild animals are always a threat. Once the eggs are laid, the mother becomes extremely protective. She sits on the eggs for almost a month, rarely leaving them except for very short periods to find food and water. During this time, she stays alert to every sound and movement around her. When the chicks finally hatch, they are tiny, weak, and fully dependent on their mother. The peahen immediately begins guiding them, keeping them close under her body for warmth and protection. The chicks instinctively follow her everywhere. She teaches them how to move, where to hide, and how to stay safe in the wild. If danger appears, she quickly gives warning calls and leads them into cover. Her sharp instincts are the only shield the chicks have in their early life. As the chicks grow, they begin exploring small areas, but they never go far from their mother. She continues to watch over them, correcting their movements and keeping them safe from threats. Unlike the glamorous male peacock, the peahen's beauty is in her sacrifice, patience, and protection. She may not display bright feathers, but her strength lies in survival and motherhood. In the wild, the peahen represents silent dedication, emotional strength, and unconditional care for her young. What if I told you one of the strongest animals in rural life is also one of the most protective mothers in nature? A buffalo mother is calm in appearance, but extremely strong when it comes to protecting her calf. After giving birth, she immediately bonds with her newborn and keeps it very close. The calf is unsteady at first, struggling to walk and stay balanced. The mother patiently stays beside it, guiding every movement. Buffaloes usually live in herds, and this gives the calf additional protection. The mother keeps her baby in the center of the herd, away from predators like wolves or big cats. She feeds her calf with milk and ensures it grows strong and healthy. The calf learns to recognize her voice and follows her everywhere. Even though buffaloes appear slow, mothers become aggressive if their young are threatened. They will defend their calf with powerful force. As the calf grows, it begins to walk longer distances and learn herd behavior. The mother teaches it how to stay safe in open fields and near water. The bond between buffalo mother and calf is based on protection, strength, and herd unity. In rural life and wild environments, buffalo mothers symbolize endurance and silent power. What if I told you one of the most adaptable animals in mountains and farms is also a very attentive and caring mother? A goat mother gives birth in safe, hidden areas where her kids are protected from danger. From the moment they are born, she becomes extremely alert and caring. Baby goats, called kids, are active very quickly after birth, but still depend on their mother for milk and guidance. The mother goat recognizes her kids through voice, scent, and behavior. This helps her keep them safe even in large groups. She constantly stays close, guiding them through rough terrain, rocky areas, and hills. Goats are naturally good climbers, but the mother teaches safety and balance. If danger appears, she reacts quickly and leads her kids to safer ground. As the kids grow, they begin exploring and learning how to find food, but still stay near their mother for protection. The bond between goat mother and kids is built on guidance, alertness, and strong maternal instincts. In farms and mountains, goat mothers represent adaptability and careful parenting. What if I told you one of the most peaceful animals in human life is also one of the most emotionally connected mothers in nature? A cow mother forms a strong bond with her calf immediately after birth. She licks the newborn to clean it and help it stand on its weak legs. The calf depends fully on its mother for milk and warmth in the early days. The mother stays very close, ensuring safety and comfort. Cows recognize their calves through scent and sound, which strengthens their emotional bond. In herds, calves stay near their mothers while learning social behavior and movement patterns. The mother cow is extremely protective and will react if her calf is in danger. As the calf grows, it begins grazing and slowly becomes independent, but still maintains emotional attachment to its mother. In rural life, cow mothers symbolize care, nourishment, and calm strength. What if I told you one of the most intelligent animals in the forest is also one of the most emotional and protective mothers in nature? A mother monkey shares an incredibly strong bond with her baby from the moment it is born. The newborn clings tightly to her body, often holding onto her fur for safety. This physical connection becomes its entire world for the first few months of life. The mother carries her baby everywhere, while climbing trees, searching for food, and moving through the forest. This constant contact is essential for survival, because baby monkeys are extremely vulnerable to predators like snakes, big cats, and eagles. She feeds her baby, grooms it, and keeps it warm. Grooming is not just hygiene, it is also emotional bonding and communication. As the baby grows, it begins to explore small distances, but always returns to its mother for safety. The mother carefully watches every movement, ready to pull it back if danger appears. Monkeys are highly social animals, so the mother also teaches her baby how to interact within the troop. The young monkey learns communication signals, behavior rules, and social hierarchy. Play is a big part of learning. Through playful actions, the baby develops climbing skills, balance, and coordination. Even discipline is part of her parenting. If the baby behaves dangerously, the mother corrects it immediately. The bond between monkey mother and baby is emotional, physical, and deeply instinctive. In the wild, she represents intelligence, protection, and lifelong learning. What if I told you one of the strongest animals roaming North America's plains is also one of the most protective mothers in the wild? The American bison mother gives birth to a single calf after a long pregnancy. From the very first moment, the calf is closely guarded by its mother and the herd. The newborn calf is able to stand within hours, but it still depends heavily on its mother for milk and protection. The mother stays extremely close, often positioning herself between the calf and any potential danger. Predators like wolves pose a serious threat, so protection is constant and aggressive. The herd also plays a powerful role in raising the calf. Other females help shield the young, forming a protective wall around them when danger appears. The calf quickly learns to follow its mother and stay within the safety of the group. Movement across open plains requires coordination and awareness, which the mother teaches through behavior. As the calf grows, it begins grazing and exploring, but never strays far. The bond between mother and calf is rooted in survival, unity, and strength. In the wild plains, the bison mother represents endurance and collective protection. What if I told you one of the most beautiful creatures in nature has one of the shortest, but most unique forms of motherhood? A butterfly's life as a mother is very different from mammals. After mating, The female butterfly searches for the perfect plant to lay her eggs. She carefully chooses leaves that will provide food for her future offspring. Once the eggs are laid, the mother's role is complete. She does not stay to raise or protect the young. Instead, nature takes over the process. When the eggs hatch, caterpillars emerge and begin feeding immediately on the surrounding leaves. They are fully independent from the moment they are born. Although the butterfly mother is not physically present during their growth, her instinct ensures she chooses safe and nourishing environments for survival. The caterpillar grows rapidly, eventually forming a cocoon where transformation begins. Inside, it changes completely into a butterfly. This process, called metamorphosis, is one of the most fascinating transformations in the animal world. Even though the mother does not raise her young, her role is essential in ensuring the continuation of life. In nature, the butterfly represents transformation, instinct, and the cycle of life. What if I told you one of the smartest hunters in the wild is also a deeply caring and strategic mother? A mother fox prepares a hidden den before giving birth. This den becomes a safe space for her kits, protecting them from predators and harsh weather. When the kits are born, they are blind, deaf, and completely dependent on their mother. She stays with them constantly during the early weeks, feeding and protecting them. The father fox often helps by bringing food, but the mother is the primary caregiver. She carefully teaches her kits survival skills. As they grow, she brings live prey so they can learn hunting techniques. Fox kits are curious and playful, and the mother uses this behavior to teach coordination, patience, and strategy. If danger approaches, she quickly moves her kits to a safer den. As they grow stronger, the kits begin exploring outside, but always stay close to their mother. The bond between fox mother and kits is built on intelligence, survival training, and protection. In the wild, the fox mother represents strategy and clever survival. What if I told you one of the most intelligent birds in the world is also one of the most dedicated and protective parents in nature? A mother crow carefully builds a nest in trees, rooftops, or high places to protect her eggs from predators. When the chicks hatch, they are completely helpless and rely fully on their parents. Both parents feed the chicks constantly, bringing food throughout the day. The mother teaches her chicks important survival skills, including recognizing danger, finding food, and understanding their environment. Crows are known for their intelligence, and young chicks learn quickly through observation. As they grow, the chicks begin practicing flying under the guidance of their parents. Even after leaving the nest, young crows often stay close to their family group for learning and protection. The bond between crow parents and chicks is based on intelligence, teamwork, and survival. In nature, the crow represents wisdom and strong family connection. What if I told you one of the smallest birds in the world is also one of the most hardworking and dedicated mothers? A mother sparrow builds a small, carefully hidden nest using twigs, grass, and feathers. When the chicks hatch, they are tiny, weak, and fully dependent on their mother. She feeds them constantly, flying back and forth many times a day to bring food. The chicks grow quickly under her care and begin developing feathers and strength. The mother teaches them how to recognize food, respond to danger, and prepare for flight. As they grow stronger, they begin practicing short flights under her supervision. Even after they leave the nest, young sparrows often stay nearby for guidance. The bond between sparrow mother and chicks is built on constant care and effort. In nature, the sparrow represents dedication and persistence. What if I told you one of the most colorful birds in the world is also one of the most attentive and nurturing mothers in nature? A mother parrot builds her nest inside tree holes or safe cavities. This hidden space protects her eggs from predators. When the chicks hatch, they are blind, weak, and completely dependent on their mother. She feeds them regurgitated food and keeps them warm inside the nest. Parrot chicks slowly begin opening their eyes and recognizing sounds, especially their mother's voice. She teaches them communication skills through repeated sounds and interaction. As they grow, the chicks begin practicing movement and eventually prepare for flight. The mother carefully watches their progress and protects them until they are fully independent. Even after leaving the nest, young parrots may still learn from their surroundings and parents. The bond between parrot mother and chicks is built on teaching, communication, and care. In nature, the parrot represents learning and expression.